Men have just as much emotion as women do.
Everyone has emotion, no matter the gender. So why do we tell our men to hide how they feel?
In my point of view, men shouldn't cry.
Because whenever you see movies, it's like men at funerals, they just don't cry, you know?
If a guy cries, people may be more sympathetic in society, or it could be that because he's crying, they're gonna see him as, why are you so weak, you're a guy.
Well, I wanna impress the girls, right? And me crying will prevent that.
But as a new generation is coming into play, those views are beginning to change.
Well, when I was in high school, actually I graduated about 20 years ago, the overall feeling that people had about men crying was that of not acceptance. It wasn't something you would do.
Well, before it seems that if you wanted to be emotional, you had to hide that. Now, if you want to be emotional, show it. But that doesn't mean more people should be emotional. It's just more so the people that hid it shouldn't hide it.
But the idea hasn't completely gone away. Some boys still don't cry as often.
When was the last time you cried?
That would probably be in 2014 when my uncle died.
I don't know. I don't remember. Probably when I was a little kid.
And some cry more than others.
Not long ago. I cry a lot.
Probably a few weeks ago.
Yesterday.
They keep things to themselves for the fear of being judged. This can lead to dangerous results. Bottling up emotions means not knowing what's wrong, not knowing how to feel or how to express those emotions.
I've always liked the analogy of an imploder versus an exploder, because when you explode, you create stars. When you implode, you create black holes. I think it's the same thing emotionally. If you let those feelings out, it helps you, right? Because you're kind of to vent that out. Versus when you bottle it up all inside, you're just kind of pushing it further and further and further and further down to the point where it's just gonna just implode on you. And that's when you have that emotional collapse and just feel like the weight of the world's on you.
Is this what society really wants? Men themselves believe that crying is a natural emotion.
Men can cry for any reason. It could be an emotional overload, it could be a death in the family, it could be the birth of your own child.
I feel like if I cry in front of people, they won't see me as a different person. They'll just see that I'm going through a troubling time.
Of course, from those whose opinions also matter.
People cry. It's a normal thing to do. It's a normal human emotion.
I think that they're people just like women, so it shouldn't be just because they're men or boys doesn't mean that they shouldn't cry.
Honestly, I think that's a good thing if they cry, because you have to let out your emotions somehow.
Crying doesn't make you less of a man. It shows your capacity to be human.